All right, Earnestly podcast here for the first time in a little over 10 years. My little brother makes it to the show, Maurice. Reese.
What's up, guys?
It's been a lot. It's been a long time,
Yeah.
over a
Yeah.
decade. I didn't. We wait. Well, I didn't have kids when you guys did the podcast. I think you just had your first one. I think you about to have your first one. I think at the time.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, working.
It's funny because I had asked you to do this a couple days ago, and you were like, nah, because the focus on the show today is some of the New York Giants in the schedule,
Yeah, I don't
and
like talking about them.
they frustrate you, right?
Not that they frustrate me. It's just we're in a slump right now, and it's one of those things I realize about sports is that when teams go in slumps and there's nothing you can think about or say or do to bring them out of it, so you might as well just wait.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I was telling somebody, that I think you might have surpassed me in terms of like New York Giants passion because I've come to terms with this thing now. I think a couple of years now. Whereas this shit still frustrates you every week. Like I'll talk to you, like you're pissed
Yeah.
off and like yell cussing like on the phone and texting me and like, dude, these fucking bums, dude, I swear. So I come to terms with it after a while. It's been a rough 10 years. Like I still say like my joke I always use is that I think we sold Satan to get those two Super Bowl of Brady to now suffer on the back end. Still worth it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Still worth it.
The good news is that we're one of the original franchises of the NFL, so we're one of those teams that's always going to win Super Bowls periodically. Because if you look at all the great franchises, they all just win Super Bowls from here to there. Maybe they might take a little 10, 20 year gap, but those franchises always get it together.
But that's kind of true though, because like I became a fan of the Giants in 1990,
Yeah,
and that in the very first year I started watching football, they won a Super Bowl.
yeah,
It was the second one, and then they went 17 years without winning one.
yeah.
They went to one in 2001 or 2000 rather, and lost to Baltimore. But other than that, they've been. I've gone through like a lull like this. But to be honest with you, this lull in the last 10 years is worse than the lull I went through between 1991 and 1990 and 2000 and 2000. Really, this is worse because at least there were some periods in between those 10 years. Back in my teen years, a young adult, that they were still going to the playoffs regularly. They were still winning a playoff game here and there. This team is just fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like, they're like one of the worst teams. Like I'll argue, like the last 10 years, that they're actually probably one of the three worst teams in football.
Well, yeah, it's between them and the Jets, pretty much.
And I'll say the Browns to some degree, although they turned on the
Yeah.
last couple of years. But yeah, so let's do this. Let's go through the schedule and
Okay.
prognosticate because I'm kind of excited with this team this year. Look, I don't think they'll be good this year. I think they'll be, but I feel like this is the first time, truly in a long time, I feel like there's a direction now. Like I'm actually loving
Well,
the
yeah.
synergy between the new GM, the new coach Dable. This is the last year Daniel Jones. Obviously, we'll see what happens with Daniel Jones. Clearly, this is the break year for him. So I feel like there's a actually positive synergy to this team this year. That even if they're going to be bad, I feel like if I see progress, I'm still invested.
Well, yeah. They've made some good draft picks. They've moved off of some guys and brought in other guys. So we'll see what direction they're going in.
All right, so let's get to the schedule. So week 1 starts this weekend. We're going to Tennessee. Call me
Lost.
crazy. You said loss. I call upset.
No, I don't think so.
I'm actually betting. I'm actually doing a 5-team parlay this weekend, and that's one of my game. I never throw the Giants into a parlay because I believe they never throw your favorite team into a betting situation because it's too emotional. I got New York on the points here. First off, to start, like even if they lose this game, they lose by more than 5 points.
My
So
issue with the game is the injuries. So we're missing both of our defensive ends, right?
mhm,
And then we're missing somebody on the offensive line as well.
right.
So my issue is really, and then we don't know if Tony's gonna play or not. He's had an injury all preseason. I don't know if we can get over the hump there with the injuries. So I think it's a loss.
I'm going win. You go loss. Okay, I get it. All right. So next game, week 2, at home against Carolina. Carolina's a frisky team. They're frisky. They'll be in the mix probably for a wild card, maybe depending on things shake on the NFC. But
Yeah,
it's still a winnable game though.
I. It's a weird one because Baker Mayfield is starting, and what are they going to get out of him? He doesn't really have a good team surrounding him, so it's like, I think that's a win for us.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna be a little homer here and go for win also too.
Yeah.
Just cause. So now
So
I'm
you're
2-0.
saying 2-0?
Yeah. Look, I'm looking at the schedule. The first 4 games are winnable games. I'm just
Well,
saying.
yeah,
Week 3, home against Dallas.
yeah,
I don't know if you believe in the narratives with the Cowboys in terms of the injuries. If you feel like this team is in trouble, I think they're still a playoff team. Personally, they're
yeah.
not winning the division, but I think they're a wild card team. I think Dak is good enough.
Well,
Um,
if they could get some guys back later on in the season, the problem is they have a first place schedule, so
yeah,
there's a lot of tough games in there.
I'm gonna go loss on this one because Dallas is a better team than we are right now, even if they're 2-0 at this point.
Well, yeah, I would say so as well, because if we're still missing a lot of guys, most of the guys we're missing are the first 3-4 weeks of the
Right.
schedule. So
All right.
yeah, loss for me.
Okay, so I'm 2-1. You're 1-2 now. Okay. Week 4.
W.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Chicago at
Bears.
home.
Yeah,
So we
Bears are
got
not good.
so Maurice, we got a 3-game homestand with a fairly soft schedule. Chicago to me is one of the worst teams in football this year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go win easy. So right now, I have the Giants right now going into October at 3-1,
okay.
and probably people prognosticating, could this team win a wild card? Maybe. Look, slow down, because the
I
schedule
say
gets
2-2.
all right. So now the schedule gets harder. All
Loss.
right, we're going to Lambeau. That's a loss.
Loss.
That's a
Yeah.
loss. Yeah. So then home against Baltimore.
Loss.
So now I'm with you also. Now we're at I'm at 3-3. You're at 2-4.
Yeah.
All right. Heading to Jacksonville. That's a tough one because
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I
they're
don't
frisky
know.
this year, and
Because
we don't do well there actually normally.
no.
I'm gonna say loss.
Uh, yeah, it's a loss for me as well.
2-5 for Maurice, 3-4 for me. So now I'm at that spot where we're like losing games now. Okay, again, this part is going to soft again.
Yeah.
Going to Seattle. Granted, in Seattle, but I
What
think
do they
Seattle
have there right now?
nothing. They have Geno Smith.
Okay. That's a W for us.
I'm gonna say win. Fuck it. I'm going to win, man. I don't give a fuck what it says. I'm going to win. So you got
Yeah.
to win there also. So you're 3-5, and I'm 4-4 now. Then home against the team I believe will be the worst team in football this year, the Houston Texans. I'm going to win.
Yeah, that's a win for us as well.
So the Giants right now at this point, as we get into November, are now a middle of the road, 500-ish team. So in my opinion, I got my 5-4, I'm 4-5 right now at this point, based on what we predicted. They're at this point now have already, at this point, I would say, superseded expectations at this point. 5 wins, 1 in November. You're a Giants fan, you're feeling good about that. If you're 4 wins in the mix, whatever, you see improvement. Dan Jones playing better, we'll see. But you're feeling good.
Yeah.
I mean, so you're playing, dude. They're playing the 3 worst teams in football, in my opinion, this year. You got to win those games. So then Detroit at home.
I think that's a loss. I think
That
that's
might be
a
a
loss.
lot. Yeah, I think Detroit. I'm one of those that's saying Detroit is a lot better this year.
They finished off the season last year pretty good too.
Yeah, they're that frisky team. I think of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a hard out. To me, I had the over. Like their over under this year was 6.5 wins. I have the over on that.
Yeah.
They're going to go over on that, in my opinion. This they're going to be hard out. A couple of guys on this podcast have said they seem to win the playoffs actually.
Okay.
And in the NFC, that's wide open after you get past a couple teams on top. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Shock me. All right, then we traveling to Dallas.
Loss for me.
Loss for me as well. 5-6, 4-7 for you.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here.
Commanders.
What's
Yeah.
Commanders?
At home.
At home.
That's a win for me.
They can win that game actually. And
Yeah,
I say
at
that,
home.
and I say that someone who picked the Commanders to go to the playoffs this year. But I'll take it. So I'm at 6-6 and 5-7 now for the Giants.
Yep.
We're in December. The Eagles at home. That's a loss.
Yeah. It's funny you said that so fast.
Though we did beat them last year.
We did, but they usually own us.
Yeah, I hate. There's not a team in sport to hate more than that team. This is the record. All right. Then let's see here. The Commanders again.
Yeah, I think that's a loss.
Yeah, that's in Washington. So
they're at home. They're looking for some revenge.
Mm-hmm.
You beat us 2 weeks ago. We're taking you out this game.
Yeah. Christmas Eve, the Vikings.
I think that's another loss. Yeah,
that's another loss, and it's in Minnesota, and we never play ball in Minnesota anyway. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and the Vikings are going to be pretty decent this year.
Yeah, they may actually win the division this year. I think.
Better coaching. Players are back healthy. Yeah.
The Colts at home.
Loss.
I'm with you.
Colts are going to be pretty good this year too. They'll probably end up winning the division. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I put them in the division. I think Tennessee's had a rough year. So right now I'm at 6-10. You're 5-11. The season ends here against the Eagles on the road. Now this is interesting.
I think we get a stupid W at the end, a meaningless W at the end.
I can see that. I can see that because the Eagles might have things wrapped up at that point too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I have them in the division. I initially had them winning the division, in the tiebreaker with the Cowboys, but with the Cowboys' injuries, it's very possible they could have this division wrapped up before New Year's. So yeah. I'm gonna go win as well too, which means I have the Giants going 7-10 this year. I said this on the podcast that if they win 7 games this year, it's still under, but that's an improvement.
Well, yeah, definitely.
You have 6-11.
Yep.
Oof, you're rough customer. So I guess
the beginning of the season, man, we're missing both of our pass rushers. We're missing a couple of guys on the offensive line. We don't know if Tony's going to play or not. He's been dealing with an injury. I just don't think it's going to be as easy as the first 4 weeks were last year, which we lost anyway. So,
but it's funny because I haven't gone 3-1 the first 4 weeks. The schedule's kind of weird. It's easy early, then it's hard a couple of weeks, then it's easy again.
Yeah,
and it gets really hard. So they got to pad up some wins early, and then even some of those 50-50 games they have, the Lions and all those games, they got to win those. They got to win those to have a chance. And I think that's what makes the NFL so great is that, like, even when NBA diehard, the NFL is every game counts.
Yeah, like the movie says, that every given Sunday, any given Sunday.
Yep. So let's do this real quick. Everybody who's been on my podcast last couple weeks have done this. I'll ask you also. Let's go through the list of your predictions for division winners and wild cards. Let's go to the NFC first. Who's winning the East?
Eagles.
All right. NFC North.
Packers.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say the Vikings actually.
No, I think the Vikings make it the wild card.
Yeah, I think so too. And NFC South.
That's a tough one for me because
don't. Oh God, let me see what you're gonna say.
Brady. How many people are injured on that line?
Oh, I agree.
Left tackle, right tackle, center, right?
Yep.
Maybe the Saints. You never know.
Oh, you want, dude? So Peter King, of formerly SI, not NBC, has the Saints not only making the playoffs, not only winning the division, but he has the Saints as the number 1 seed in the NFC.
No, that's crazy.
I don't get that. I don't get it.
No, I think they could win the division, but only because the division won't be good.
I think Tampa's makes a step back, but not that big a step back.
They're going to start off real slow, in my opinion. They're missing more than half of their offensive line.
I think this game is huge as Dallas, honestly, huge. Because if they lose to Dallas week one,
Yeah,
there'll be a lot of panic,
yeah.
especially if they lose in a situation where the Lions not playing well and all that, and Brady gets nicked up. That could be an issue. Okay, NFC West. Who you got?
Rams.
Rams. Okay, so why? And then you have 3 wild cards.
Uh, Niners. Vikings. Cowboys.
Yeah, I have virtually the same as you, but I have Washington instead of San Francisco. Although that's my trendy little shock hot take pick.
Well,
my
a lot
Skip
of people
Bayless.
are saying that their quarterback Lance is supposed to be really good this year, but
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think it's just going to be more of the same as it been the last couple of years. Running game, defense, the same thing they've been doing.
yeah,
There'll
yeah,
probably be a lot more running now though with their new quarterback. So,
yeah. All right, AFC East.
Bills.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
AFC North. This should be tough, actually.
I'm gonna say Baltimore.
You think Lamar and the team get worked out before?
Yeah, I don't. Pittsburgh doesn't know what they're doing at quarterback right now. They drafted a guy and starting somebody else they signed. The
Mhm.
Browns. How long is Deshaun out for?
11 weeks.
Okay, and then Cincy. I don't know. They improved their offensive line, but I don't know. I think Lamar comes out and that organization comes out and they feel like they have something to prove. You
Okay,
know,
okay. So Baltimore win the North. Okay, AFC South.
Colts.
Yeah, that's easy for me. I'm not big on Tennessee at all this year. AFC West. Here's a toughie.
That's a tough one for me.
I went Raiders. I think I told you on during Labor Day. I think I told you I went Raiders.
You went Raiders.
Yep.
Uh, a lot of people think the Broncos are going to be good.
Very, very possible.
A lot of people think that's the hardest division in football. I think right now
In the history of football on paper.
because a lot of people see the. I've seen people take the Chargers saying they're going deep in the playoffs. I see people saying the Broncos, they got Russell Wilson, they're going deep in the playoffs. The Raiders have improved, and then you still have the Chiefs there. That's a toss up for me.
So the Chargers should be, dude. The Chargers roster wise, arguably the best roster in football. Arguably,
Yeah, yeah.
but I don't trust that coach, man. I don't trust
I,
that
I
coach.
I've seen people saying Mahomes is going to take a next step this year because he's not
Good.
going to be focused on just two guys. He's going to be obviously Kelsey is the number one, but uh, all the other guys, he's saying he's just sharing the wealth. I guess
I mean, they got quality
this year.
receivers. You got Juju. You got a couple guys there that can
Yeah,
play. Scantlin from Green Bay.
that's a tough one for me, man. I don't know. I think this might be one of those divisions where they just beat each other up all year.
Who survives?
Hmm. I don't think the Broncos, because if you look at the end of their schedule, they
Who is?
have
Oh
hell
God.
dates, hell dates for like the last 6 weeks.
Yep, we discussed
So
that over the summer.
yeah, so I don't think the Broncos. I would either go Chiefs or Chargers.
You gotta pick one though, man.
I I, I would think Chiefs.
Okay, go with the person you know. Go with the enemy you know. Go
Yeah,
Chiefs. Yeah,
exactly. We know Mahomes. We know Andy Reid. We know they're winning at least 10 to 11 games every single year.
yeah, yeah. All right, your 3 wild cards. It's playing tougher.
Well, definitely in the same division. I'm gonna go Chargers,
Okay. Who else?
and then my second pick, Cincinnati.
Okay. And then your last one.
This might be a wild one, but I think the Pats make it.
What?
Yeah,
So you don't believe
yeah,
all that stuff come out of camp about Mac Jones not being because I'm kind of with you on that a little bit. Like
yeah.
Belichick has a tendency to put out false information out there just to throw people off.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
The problem is the AFC is just too fucking good.
Well, yeah, yeah, because like we talked about before, like three times already, the AFC West in itself. I mean, you could
Yeah,
possibly have three teams make the playoffs. You never know.
3 teams. Shoot, there's a possibility that all four in the AFC West going to make the playoffs. I don't see it happening though, but
No,
there's a
no, that would
possibility.
be kind of crazy. But Cup just got a touchdown.
Well, I'm behind you by a couple seconds.
My
So,
TV's breaking up
oh
for
no,
some reason.
was he in? Was he in? Yep, he got in.
He got in.
Yeah.
Yeah, my TV's breaking up for whatever
Well,
reason.
we're actually watching the Rams and Bills game right now, second quarter, as we're doing this. I actually had the Dolphins, the 7th seed.
Oh, okay.
I have the same. So I have the Raiders win the West. Same teams with the Raiders win the West. I have the Chiefs as the wild card. I have the Ravens as the wild card, and then I have the Dolphins as the last wild card.
Gotcha.
It's a big year for Tua and company. Yeah, he's in. He's definitely in.
A
He
lot
dragged
of
that.
a lot of Dolphin fans are hyped up right now.
They should be. It's a good roster.
Yeah.
It's a good roster. MVP.
MVP.
I went Josh Allen on mine. So
Yeah, I would say so too.
okay.
Josh
What about
Allen.
what about offensive player of the year?
I think both. You might no. Um
I went Derek Carr actually.
you went Derek Carr?
Yeah, I went Derek Carr. That's my sneaky MVP value bet this year. If he'd be second MVP in my opinion.
I'm gonna say offensive player of the year.
I like it be Daniel Jones.
I'm gonna go with the receiver out of Cincinnati.
Jamar
What's his,
Chase.
yeah,
Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all.
I'll go with him.
What about defensive player of the year?
I'm either gonna say Von Miller or Aaron Donald.
I like the Aaron Donald one.
Aaron Donald.
I love the
My
Aaron
only
Donald
issue with Aaron Donald is that they don't have the pass rushers. Nobody's emerged yet as somebody that can help him. Because even watching this game, he's getting double and triple teamed like almost all night.
He's that good.
They left him 1-on-1 once and he got a sack. They probably won't do it again for the rest of the game.
Well, I mean, that'd be kind of smart.
But yeah.
What I'm saying? It'd be kind of smart.
So,
And last one, the team that will have the first pick in the 2023 NFL Draft in April will be
first pick.
Listen up. We got a problem. A lot of you are skipping lunch like it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna say the Jets again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they've made much improvement at all.
Here's what actually helps that bet though. Helps that for you is that Zach Wilson was supposed to come back for week 2. Then they were saying week 1 is possible. Now they're saying week 4.
Yeah.
And that could be where, okay, so you look at Chicago, you look at Seattle, Atlanta, the Jets in the mix there. Those 4 weeks could help the Jets' chances of getting number 1 pick.
I really think so. Let me look up their season.
Who's in the Jets?
Yeah.
The schedule?
Yeah.
Okay, I do it right now. There you go. New York Jets. So they open against Baltimore. Know that. That's definitely a loss. So they lose to Baltimore. They go to Cleveland. Cleveland should actually win that game. Ground and pound all day.
Yeah.
Lose to Cincinnati at home, although they did beat Cincinnati last year, but this is a different year. At Pittsburgh,
Depending on what the quarterback situation is, that might be a loss.
I don't think it matters.
Give me a second, real quick. Chanel's calling me.
No problem. No problem.
I'll be right back.
I'll fill in some time here. Yeah, I'm going to the Jets schedule here, and here it is. The Jets, they play the Bengals at home on week 3. They're gonna lose that game. I don't think it's not like last year. Steelers game. I don't think it matters who's quarterback. Trubisky. That might be the game. That actually might be the game where we may see what's his face become the quarterback. Pickett. A lot of people are saying that could be the game. That could be the week where Pickett gets a nod. Dolphins at home. I mean, as you guys know, my divisional games are weird, obviously, but I'm gonna go Dolphins here. Green Bay on the road at Lambeau. That's definitely a Green Bay win. The Broncos at Denver. That's definitely a Denver win. All right, you back? So
yeah,
that Steelers game. A lot of folks, including myself, think that could be the game where they make the change from Trubisky to Pickett, depending on where you're at in the season. I don't think it fucking matters. I think if the quarterback matters, losing that game.
Eventually, Trubisky is going to show his colors.
Yeah. But even so, I still think Steelers win that game.
Yeah.
Dolphins on the road. Well, they play Dolphins. They play at home to Dolphins. Normally, I would say it'd be 50-50 game, but the Dolphins are a better team right now. They got a game.
Yeah.
At Lambeau, loss. At Denver, loss. Pats at home. Depending how bad the Pats are this year, we'll see.
I don't think they're going to be that bad. I think they're going to be mediocre.
Okay, and that's enough to beat the Jets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buffalo at home, loss. Pats again in Foxborough, definitely loss.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one: the Bears at home.
They could win that game. Anybody could win that game.
Okay, so let's give that game. That's 2
yeah.
Maybe 1 win. We'll see. At Minnesota, loss. At Buffalo, loss. Lions at home.
I think that's a loss as well.
Yeah, I think so too. But if the Lions are still bad, then maybe they can steal that one. But
they could probably steal it. But the Lions, I don't think they're going to be that bad. I think they're going to be one of those mediocre teams that just a game or two short of the playoffs.
I agree if you understand that one too. Jaguars at home.
I think that's a loss.
Maybe a steal, but probably a loss.
I think so.
Here's the game. This game could decide the number 1 pick in the draft. In Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'd give the home field advantage.
I'll go Seattle on that one.
Yeah. They're at home. They find a way to win it.
And then finally, in Miami, week 17, Dolphins might need that game to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
How they allowed them to win that game. So I'm gonna go loss there. So right now I found 2 wins, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't like what they. A lot of people said they had a good last draft, and I don't see it really. Their first pick is decent.
Yeah.
But I just on a corner with the number 4 pick. I mean, this guy, you pick a corner nowadays, number 4, he better be the next Ramsey, the next, I don't know.
Look at the picks. Do we know how good Zach Wilson is?
Exactly.
Let's start at the top, the quarterback. I mean, we know he's a good quarterback. Like, I see the talent. I guess I can definitely see something you can work with, but you still got to put it all together.
Yeah.
Is he someone that can propel his team to being a 7-win team at least being in the conversation with wildcard? Probably not.
That's the thing with these teams drafting. You could draft everything you want, but if you don't have the quarterback, then it's just not going to work.
Especially in this league.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, quick basketball talk. Are you back to the Knicks again this year, or are you sticking with the Nets again another year?
Neither one, bro. They're.
It's okay. It's okay. You live down here now. You can come to Miami.
No. I'm good. I'm good on that.
I mean, if you want to accept failure as your life in basketball, go right ahead and do that.
No, I mean, I gotta have one team that's absolutely terrible for all of my life, and that'll be the Knicks.
I mean,
when you're a Yankees, Giants, FSU fan, Duke basketball.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, you're just spoiled.
you're running bad now with a lot of these teams though. Like I mean,
Oh,
look,
yeah,
so Knicks have been bad for a long time.
yeah.
The Giants have been bad for 10 years. So bad he went to Brooklyn for a
Yankees
year.
has been 13 years.
Yankees have been well, they've been competitive. They haven't been bad,
Yeah.
but they haven't won a World Series in 13 years.
Problem is they keep getting injured at the end of the season. The same thing's happening this season.
How you were a Duke fan even back when we were kids? I don't remember you being a
No, I
Duke
didn't
fan.
like college basketball when we were kids. I didn't start liking college basketball until maybe the late 2000s. No, it wasn't the late 2000s. I think it was the early 2000s. Back when they had Brand and Maggette.
Oh, that crew.
Yeah.
How did I allow that to happen? That Duke? You know I hated Duke since I was a kid. I always hated Duke. I hated Duke back in 1991 when they beat UNLV.
Yeah, Duke. Yeah. Although they're probably about to go to a big slump within the next few years.
Because no Coach K.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Why
see.
is anyone gonna want to go play there?
Well, I think the name sells itself though. That's the thing. Oh, he threw a pick.
Yeah.
Josh Allen threw a pick. Oh my god.
This is
So
a weird game.
yes, after that first nice drive, they've kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, well, the first pick wasn't his fault. That one was just a bad throw.
Okay. This has been a weird game, actually. It's been a really weird game.
Yeah, a lot of defensive plays. I thought it was going to be a shootout.
But I was thinking, though, like, for all the talk about the Nets and all the drama with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, all things considering, if they can keep the chaos down this year, there's still a problem.
Well, they should have kept the original team together, but Harden got fed up. Because people seem to forget about this all the time. They were destroying the Bucks 2 years ago.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, everybody got hurt, and the Bucks go on to win the series.
Yep.
So if they would have kept that original team together, I think they could have did something. Right now, I'm not sure because you don't know what you're getting out of Ben Simmons. And then on top of that, Kyrie swears he's going to be on his best behavior this year, but who knows with him? And they just didn't look good against a tougher defense last year.
Yeah. And the East is better this year, too, on paper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boston and Miami and Philly and, Atlanta's in the mix now. Maybe in Cleveland could be making some noise. Who knows?
Well, yeah, Cleveland with Mitchell now.
Yeah. Young team, too, top of that. So I don't know. Should be a fascinating basketball year. All right. So you got your picks in. You got the Giants going 6-11. I got them going 7-10 this year. And another sad year for Giants football, but hopefully some improvement. Do you think does Daniel Jones make another year beyond this?
No. Season? No. This is the last season.
I do think if he has a decent year, they franchise him next year.
If he has a decent year, but I just don't see him having a good enough year to get franchised. He's just when I seen him at his best, to me, I saw a mediocre at his best. Right. If you put a team around him, like a great offense and a great defense around him, I think he could be like a Trent Dilfer or something like that. Somebody that could just play there, or Peyton Manning in his last year with the Broncos. But the difference between that is Peyton Manning still could read out a defense to you. So
right. yeah, and Dan Jones clearly he's not even on Peyton's worst day.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No. But if you surround him with a team on offense and defense, I think he could be a participant in a Super Bowl victory. But I don't see him as being some leader that can carry a team to the Super Bowl. I think this will be his last year.
We shall see. Week 1 starts on Sunday. Thanks a lot, brother. Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
That was good.